grow your business in the off season, particularly with an amazing CRM, something that can allow your business to explode and be ready for 2020. Alright guys, you know the drill. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications of new videos that are coming out soon. Another thing I want to mention that we've been talking about a lot is jacobgodar.com is coming back. You know, we released it, we got just slammed with things, and we didn't keep up with updating it as much as possible. So now we're going to take all the things we learned in 2019 and we're going to put those in there. Any spreadsheets, any flow charts, any marketing tactics, any emails, you know, anything that can help and be, you know, a toolbox for the lawn care business, landscape business, just business owner, to make things easier. To make it easier to succeed, to make it easier for the business to grow profitably and maybe skip some of the mistakes I've made along the way. All right, guys, let me hop in here real quick because after shooting this video, I realized that this ended up being about growing your business with Service Autopilot in the off season more than just how to grow your business in the off season. So let's get into it. So the video is, you know, how to grow your business in the off season, particularly with an amazing software, an amazing CRM. And someone just recently asked me about, do we use Service Autopilot, or do we still use Service Autopilot? And the answer is yes. It's an amazing software. It blows, I can't say it blows everything out of the water because I don't have the experience with everything. I had experience with Jobber way back in the day. You know, everybody's really repping Jobber right now. A lot of these guys on YouTube are talking about how Jobber's helping their business and how they're using Jobber in their business, and I'm all for that. And Jobber's probably helping, but our problem is Jobber helped us get to like 100,000 in sales, or maybe like it would have got us a little over that, but it wouldn't have been sustained growth afterwards. And you know, this year at GIE, I asked some of the questions about, I walked up to the Jobber booth, and I'm a Service Autopilot fanatic, and you know, I'm not getting paid to say anything about Service Autopilot. I almost feel like I should be at this point, because as much as I point everyone in that direction, but yeah, this is not sponsored, this is nothing, this is how I feel. And I went and asked Jobber about some of the things that were a problem for me before, that weren't scalable, that weren't going to work for growing easily, and a lot of the stuff had still stayed the same. You know, I'm sure they've got a better payment processor, but a lot of their job reports, their costing reports, you know, I asked about, you know, their clocking in and out and their reports based off of that, you know, for a time analysis on a per man hour, so you can see how your business is running. And they kind of looked at me like, why would you want that? Now, somebody correct me if I'm wrong that's actually using this. This was just one of the salespeople at GIE. So maybe the software is better than that now. Used to be huge problems with scheduling, you know, bulk scheduling, mass scheduling. There was a bunch of different little things, but mainly at the time it was job costing, and then the ability to charge thousands of cards at one click. You know, that was a huge thing that back in the day it wasn't able to do that. And I've seen some of the other stuff. Like I've seen everybody loves Yardbook because it's free, you know, and that's probably one of the biggest things I see. Excuse me. My boys are playing out at the rock pile. If you know anything about pavers, you know this is where the industry's moving, an open graded bedding material. And when we had the shop at home, that was our material that we just steal from if we needed a little bit, if we didn't have enough delivered, or we needed a little bit more, we're going to use it for something. And now, since it never really got used, it's their favorite playtime, you know, their favorite play toy, you know, because now the track has kind of enclosed this. If you can see this behind me, you know, dirt bike track everywhere, jumps. It's crazy around here, but to jump back into it, you know, that's one of the things I've seen is, you know, everybody in this industry is like, with the Yardbook, they're looking at it as, oh, it's free, it's gonna save money, la da 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 da. But you know, at some point in time, it's not effective, in my opinion. You know, maybe some of their newer stuff is, but just coming from the platform where I'm at, are using Service Autopilot, which is so effective to run our business. The communication side alone, the automations, the advanced automatic invoicing and everything, I don't know how we'd function without it. At this point, it's what really allows our whole office to communicate with each other and stay on point and make sure customers are happy. So to kind of answer, I've went through some of my thoughts about some of the other CRMs that I know about. I'm kind of hitting on that, I hate hearing people want something for free, because that, that's like your customers, or the customers that you fight with that want a cheap product. And they're like, well, the other guy was $30 cheaper. And how mad that makes you, because your service is better, you're providing more value, and there's more value on some of these other platforms. So now that we're kind of done talking about all of that, I want to hit on Service Autopilot, because someone asked, are we still using it to this day? Is it helping our business? What are the things that, what's that one thing about it that's amazing? And that's too hard to pinpoint. In our industry, there's a lot of knocks about people being unprofessional and this and that, and I think that's one of the things I love about Service Autopilot, is just the professional feeling of most of the people involved. If you go to a Service Autopilot conference, it's people that are serious about growing their business, serious about being profitable, serious about wanting it to be the best they can be. And maybe that's not growing their business, maybe that's just making it as profitable and efficient at the level it is. So the things in our service that have really changed, and that I'm getting to the point of how to grow your business in the off season, are some of the things we're implementing right now. So there's forms inside of, this is going to be kind of like topic 1, forms inside of the system. You can use these forms to put on your website, collect information, so when someone submits a quote form, it automatically fires a to-do in the system for whoever's supposed to handle that to get on top of it. And that's only going to get better, because if you're not that involved with Service Autopilot, you don't know that they're about to release version 3, which is going to just blow away what they're working with now. So forms work in that way. Forms also work, I'm creating forms based off YouTube videos and other things that we've created or seen to help train our guys. We'll send them a form with a 20-minute video and 8 questions to get somebody the idea of a new service, like our painting service, like tricks, tips, things like that, and make sure they're actually watching it and retaining it, so you can use it for training. You can use forms for onboarding. When you tie forms with automations, you can put an actual employee into the system, treat them like a customer, and run an automation on them, so before they even walk in the door, this automation's got them through the points of introducing them via a video to your company, emailing them their W-4 forms for them to print off and have ready for you when they walk in the door, walking them through, signing, sending them out digital signing and digital documentation of your handbook, going over OSHA training and safety training that needs to be implemented via video. There's all these things you can do just with an automation. With one click, if you set it up, it can do all this. That's all in Service Autopilot. The automations, second thing, and this is why the topic is building your business in the off season with an awesome CRM or software, is because these are all things that when you have a little bit of slowdown, you can do these things and they make a huge difference. Automations are huge. So if you're in the lawn and landscape business and you're running out of a notebook or a little calendar, and you've never really used any kind of emailing service, I think MailChimp probably has automations kind of tied into it. Basically, the system, Service Autopilot's got it where with their system, it's like Infusionsoft, where you can build a sequence of events that you want to happen, and you can build it to fire in any way. So say we just built one that's a service reminder. We spend a lot of time updating our customers on landscaping jobs when they're put on the tentative schedule, when they get pushed back because the job goes longer or there's weather. We spend a lot of time over communicating, because that's one of our forefronts in service, is we want to communicate more. We want to be more proactive. There's a huge stigma around our industry of not communicating, or not communicating well, and nobody ever knowing what's going on. So basically now, when a job's created, it tags that customer with what job was created, And then when it's scheduled, it automatically sends them a text and an email of their tentative schedule. When it's rescheduled, it automatically sends them a text and an email. When it's pulled back to the waiting list because of whatever reason, it lets them know. Every Friday, it lets everybody know their current schedule and exactly where they're at, and if they're on the waiting list or they're still tentatively scheduled on the same day. And this is something that we're beta testing right now. We've built this out, the sequence, and you can build it however you want. It's the beauty. It's not something you're roped into. You're building this. Our person that deals with the project management spends like 30 to 40% of her day just updating people on where they're at. So that's one thing that the automations can do that are amazing, and that's just like barely hitting on it. There's so much they can do. Quote follow-up, text message, email follow-up, automatic sequence of to-dos to come up for your office people on when you want like a structured follow-up system to happen. I'm trying to think of the other ways you could use it. Just any kind of automatic reminder, any kind of like a monthly emailing system or like a follow-up, a long-term nurturing email sequence that you've built out. Any kind of way to follow up, any kind of way to do onboarding, automatic onboarding that you send off to an employee. Like, it's really only limited to what you can create and what you can think of. So building those things is huge. We're going to build a follow-up one. We've got the one that's a service reminder already pretty much built. And we're going to do like a follow-up, a monthly email that says, hey, how's your service been so far? Let us know if there's any issues. It's going to be a little bit different. And once it's built, it's going to be something that's coming out for people that are in maintenance that automatically, if they're getting maintenance, it comes to them monthly and asks them during season. And, even if people get the same email 2 years in a row, a year later, they're not going to remember, and it's catching problems up front. And you're not even doing it. It's sending these emails automatically. It's checking on the customers for you, and it's opening the door for them to complain if there's a problem, which is great because a lot of times when people are growing quickly, they don't catch the problems. They don't notice that there's issues because they're so caught up in growing that they're not checking in on their customers. So this opens the door for a customer to come in and let you know what's going on. Besides that, job costing. Teams being out there on tablets. I don't love it as much for landscaping. This is the one part where Service Autopilot doesn't do as well as like LMN product, which is an awesome product for landscape management and costing. It really helps get you there for a costing aspect of knowing what you should be charging and knowing your budget, knowing things like that. And then you can take all that. There's a lot of guys that use Service Autopilot and LMN. LMN for all of the getting the budgeting and estimating figured out, and then Service Autopilot to do the rest, because the communication is just astonishing in Service Autopilot. And as you grow your business, that's the one thing that you're going to see is, man, if I haven't hired anybody in the office yet, wow, this office is taking more and more and more time communicating with the customers and doing this and doing that. We send out 3,000 emails a week communicating things. And it saves time in the office. All these systems we've got set up make it where our office can do more with less because they don't need to put in as much effort. They don't need to call a million people. There's emails. Like everybody, when people come into our community, our business as a person needing a service, they get informed that we communicate via email and now via text automatically. Just for the pure fact that we would rather over communicate. We can't promise that with a phone. We don't have the staffing to call everybody and let them know what's going on via the phone. It just would take way too much time. So we educate them up front with that. But yeah, I was getting into the tablets in the field for job costing. So knowing how you're doing on these projects, on these maintenance jobs, on your lawn care. I see these guys running lawn care routes, and like I think the person that asked about Service Autopilot said, they're still entering stuff, writing it down on paper. It was a hallelujah moment when we stopped writing stuff down on paper and I could look at a job costing report at the end of the day of the clock in and the clock out on the jobs. And even if the guys screwed them up sometimes or forgot to clock in, they do that way less than they screw up not writing it down at all. So it gets the team routed in the right direction, going to the right places in the right time, getting them job notes so their customers, the customers get served correctly. That's the thing. If there's ever a problem, we can update the job notes that show on that service before they can even start it on the tablet. So that's another thing, building out all the services and building out everything so your guys can know exactly what to do. Okay, so I've hit on a few things now. I think it was forms and automations and how to run off of a tablet. And just so you guys know, I'm doing this all off the cuff. No rehearsal, no nothing, no thinking about it, just going through the motions of how I know this has helped our business and how you can use it to grow your business like crazy in the off season if you implement it. Estimating. Estimation templates. Now, that's another huge thing. If you build these out, now I can go into a paver patio estimate. I can find the square footage. I can look at the variables. I can type in how many square foot of my material. It tells me and makes a purchase order of what material we need. How many square foot of pavers, what it costs, the amount we're making up on markup of that, and it's automatically figured out on our average what it takes us to install the base, the pavers, and other than entering the numbers on the different lines, it does it all. And it gives me all the numbers I need and gives me all the information I need to be able to go out and quote the thing, feel good about it, know where we're at, how our guys have a budgeted time that is exact. And that right there, it's huge. It's such a time saver to be able to get these quotes out to people. Because I don't know about you. I'm sorry, this is a little shaky. I'm outside. There's probably some wind noise. Hopefully this dead cat's doing the job. But I don't know about you guys, but when we get hit in the spring, when we really, really get hit and we start getting 50, 60, 100 requests in some of these crazy, crazy weeks, this helps us keep up with that. I want to jump back to the forms. We made a form to screen, and when you start up a new employee or when you start up a new customer, a new lead, you click on that form and it walks them through the process. It walks the person taking the call through the process of what we want to ask. We want to know about the budget. We want to know if they want to design. We want to tell them about all of our other services, so if they think we just cut grass, they know exactly what else we do.
Another great thing I realized when I'm editing this video is that's a huge thing, is people just really don't know what you do. If you offer more services, people might think you just cut grass. So if you're trying to grow your business, you need to let them know what all you're doing. That's half why we're talking about this form. We can let them know all the other services we do so we can expand and we can grow on that. Implement that. Let people know. Always be telling them about their other services. It will help you grow your business.
And it does that up front and gets us more sales and clears up the process for me, because when I get on the job or someone else gets on the job to do an estimate, there's a form there with everything filled out, not just some random notes from what a person taking a call got when the phone call came in. The invoicing, I love the invoicing. Other systems probably can handle the invoicing pretty well, but the invoicing can be daily, so when the job is done, as soon as it's done, it generates an invoice. Or it can be weekly. That's how we do all of our mowing. So everything we mow during a week generates Saturday night at midnight, so it's ready to charge. It can be monthly, where all of the stuff will generate at the end of the month. And services can be marked a different way. So if you have a customer and there is they've got mowing and fertilizer, and those are weekly, but then you want a daily deal because it's a big mulch job, you can mark it daily. And the daily job will invoice out when the guys click finish on the tablet, and the monthly stuff will all track and charge the whole thing in one combined invoice at the end of the month. Amazing. The charging the cards, awesome. Charging cards is beautiful in the system. If we have 200 people we mow in a week, we just go click, select all, scan the list to make sure nothing looks goofy or no invoices has been flagged for review, charge all. So basically it's click to highlight them all, click to open a box, click to charge all. 3 clicks, you could charge thousands of people at one time. And it's amazing. I love when there's like a Monday where there's a ton of mowing and projects and all kinds of stuff getting charged, and there's like $30,000 or $40,000 in charges going out in one time, and it's just like, wow, the system can just do that all at once. I'm trying to think of more things because there's so many little things that anymore just seem like normal, and when we use them, that it doesn't even feel like that big of a deal. But Just the customer profile of how you track a person. Version 3 is going to allow it when you email a customer out of the system, it's going to be in their profile. And when you're using G Suite, it's only going to integrate with G Suite right off the bat. But when they email back, it puts it in the stream of information. So your customer communication is through the roof. That's the game winner, guys. Over communicate. Communicate better than all of these other people that are running their business like an archaic stone. And not to knock anybody for doing that, but guys, we got to change with the times. I'm always looking for something new. What's the newest thing we can do to change the business? Just like maybe it's not in the office. So here's the boys over here playing, but maybe it's the clean stone, the clear stone for patio bases because it compacts easier and there's less chances of your guys screwing it up. Or maybe it's a different way you put in edgers. Like, you've always got to be looking to be on the cutting edge, because there's going to be someone that is willing to work, every day they go to work to run their business. They think about, how can we make this business better? I mean, that's what we do. Every day we show up to work, I'm like, how do we make this business better? Every week when we have an office meeting, we all talk about, what do we need to do to make this business better? So other things that we can do in the system that will just change your business and make life easier. Like I said, the estimating's phenomenal. The scheduling, man, the scheduling will blow you away. I can schedule so much stuff so quick. We can get a rain day. We can move 50 mowing customers in the next day and email them all at the same time. So easy. We talked about credit card charging. Another awesome thing is credit cards, sometimes they get declined. And we've got an automation built up for that. As soon as it gets declined, a to-do gets made for the office to pause the account. And then it automatically sends an email with a form that says, hey, your card didn't work. You must need to update your card. Please enter it here. And it's super simple for them to update their card. It's all these little things that if you put something like this into place in the off season, it's going to allow your business to grow without making you just die during the year because you can't keep up with all of it. I hope if you're not using a service, a software, a CRM, that this at least got your wheels turning. Whether you find out it's Service Autopilot, Real Green, Jobber, LMN, Landscape Management, I think. I'm not sure what it's called. There's so many different service softwares. Hopefully you implement something that's awesome, that changes the way your business operates. And you realize the value of the cost now, because if you're going to grow a large business, the hardship of implementing it when there's thousands of customers. Guys, I hope you've watched this video. I hope you've loved and took everything you could from this video. I hope I said and enlightened you about some cool things that I really like in the system that, you could leverage a scheduling, a CRM to work for you and make your business better. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below. Tell me what you use. Tell me about your experience. Follow me on Facebook, YouTube, obviously my favorite platform, Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm really falling off on the TikTok front. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I hope you got some real value out of this. And I know if you were watching, you did. I look forward to talking to you soon. Enjoy the rest of your day.